gosh, you guys. I am so glad to be back on here. I love connecting with the Lord. I love connecting with you all. Today, oh my gosh, I've been really thinking about boundaries. And I was like, Jesus set boundaries. He did, believe it or not. So I'm going to go through this, okay? Yes. Did you know that Jesus set boundaries? In the same way, though, we too also, yes, we need to set boundaries. Let's look at some ways that Jesus set his. Well, he prioritized solitude for prayer. So we know through his example, we also too need to do the same. He would say no to demands that conflicted with his mission and also walking away from unsafe or even like distracting situations. He modeled healthy limits by resisting and engaging with specific individuals rather than every crowd, and directly confronting manipulative behavior. Yes, isn't that interesting? Yeah, he was demonstrating that boundaries are essential for sustainable and a loving service. Boundaries are important. If we look at in Mark chapter 6, verse 31, Jesus frequently withdrew from the crowds. Remember? Yeah, and even disciples to pray and to recharge. After intense ministry, he would do this. He would just intentionally take time to rest. And so we know that we too need to do the same. We need to set those boundaries. We need to make sure that we are resting and taking that time out that we need. And actually, we do have a commandment. Remember? We are to rest. Rest is important. Now, if we look at Mark chapter 1, chapter 1, verse 35, well, we're going to find some more very interesting facts on how important boundaries are and boundaries that Jesus actually set. He did not feel obligated to meet every need presented to him. I feel like this is one of the most important boundaries that we need to realize. We too, as individuals, we are not obligated to meet every need that's presented to us. Sometimes, he would leave areas to preach elsewhere rather than, continuing to heal in that spot. I feel like this takes discernment as well. Also, let's look at Jesus's boundaries as an example that he shows in Luke chapter 4, verse 28. This is when, Jesus, he was faced with violence and also unnecessary conflict. And no matter what, in this world, there are going to be times where we are going to be confronted with conflict and, unnecessary conflicts as well. Now, Jesus walked away. He walked away rather than engaging, okay? Such as when crowds tried to throw him off a cliff. Remember that? Yeah. And then there's the way that he managed his time and his energy. He focused his energy on his primary mission, refusing to let the demands of others dictate his schedule. This is a boundary we also too need to put up. Yeah. Because what we need to do is very important. We can't slack in what we need to get done in our schedule. He also limited access to himself, focusing on a smaller group of disciples. In Matthew 23, when it came to handling like difficult people, Jesus set strict boundaries with toxic or even like manipulative people, but manipulative people really are toxic. That's why we don't want to be that way, right? Yeah, such as, he would call out like hypocrisy of religious leaders rather than seeking their approval. There's an example for us, right? We aren't to be out here seeking other people's approval when it comes to, defying cultural expectations. He didn't apologize for breaking social norms just to maintain his peace or fulfill his purpose. Such as talking to the Samaritan woman or not fasting when others expected him to do so. He kept up his boundaries and he did what he knew that he needed to he did what he knew that he needed to do according to his calling, according to his ministry. Church, people in general, world as a whole, we need to make sure that we keep boundaries. Let's pull some cards, shall we? Let's start with some Bible cards. This is a deck that I created myself. It is up on my website right now, divinepathOracle.com. It changed from melodieslight.com. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep that website. I feel like I do better on other sites. So anyway, you can check Marketplace, eBay, places like that. Anyways, let's see what cards we get. Okay, so Proverbs chapter 3, verse 3. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and good name in the sight of God and man. Love it. So love and faithfulness should never leave you. Always live in love and faithfulness. He said, bind them around your neck. Yeah. Write them on the tablet of your heart. We do not want to forget. All right. Let's also, another deck I have here. Another one that I created. These are the Wisdom Knowledge deck. It is hard to lose love. You may not feel like loving afterward, but to do so, you will leave a mark of Christ. No matter what, if people aren't loving you that you're around, or you lose someone special that you love, and it's making you feel like you just don't want to be giving love out, still do. Okay? Because we have to remember that love and living in his faithfulness, it is his mark. Love is the answer, remember? You guys remember? Love is the answer. Go back and listen to all my videos if you have not listened to them. They're so good for us. Okay. They edify us. They lift us up. They remind us. They rebuke us. Yeah. Choose optimism. Always be optimistic. A part of optimistic, we can allow optimism to trot alongside hope. I say be optimistic and hope. That's what I say. Yeah. It'll help you to stay steadfast in the faith. Because you're allowing yourself to look at these in a positive aspect. Absolutely. The best way to get out of some situations is to never get in them. Well, keep up boundaries. Use that discernment. That is so necessary. Yeah. Sometimes there's just some people that we just cannot engage with. And if we don't, then we won't get ourselves in those conflicting situations that can distract us, that cause us to lose focus on how important our boundaries are and what it is that we need to be doing. Yeah. Remember, Jesus, he walked away from conflicting situations and whatnot. So, distracting situations. Yeah. Have gratitude. Have gratitude for life, for Christ. I do not have to linger in spaces with people who only intend to waste my time. I do not have to apologize for my desire to be seen, considered, and appreciated. This goes, listen, Jesus set the same type of boundaries, did he not? He set the same type of boundaries. Seems like there's some cards I want to pull over there on this side. Guardian angel, listen, remember, you aren't alone. Have you been seeing feathers lately? Have you been seeing feathers lately? Serenity. When you keep up boundaries, your life is more serene. It's better. It's more peaceful. And you'll be supported by the people that share the same values as you in this world. All right, brothers and sisters. The church and anyone new who has clicked on here, please like, share, and subscribe. I am planning on uploading this video to TikTok and YouTube, so it'll be on both. YouTube is Melodies Light in the Darkness M1287. I will put it up here for you. Okay, and I honestly can't remember my TikTok. Anyways, you guys, it was great connecting with you. Feel free to, leave a comment or something. I would like that. And throw in some scriptures. I would love it. Anyway, stay in the Lord, keep in your prayer, call on the Holy Spirit, and he will be here. Bye for now.